50,000 years ago, around a fire, one man's hair was already gone. Cavemen, all rugged, wild, thick-haired. That's the picture in your head. It's wrong. Here's the thing almost nobody thinks about. Baldness feels so modern, like something invented by stress, bad diets, and shampoo commercials. But baldness isn't new. It's ancient, older than cities, older than farming, possibly older than language itself. And the real question isn't just, did ancient humans go bald? It's, why does baldness exist at all? Because evolution doesn't usually keep things around for no reason. Let's start with what actually causes it. Most male pattern baldness comes down to a hormone called DHT, a byproduct of testosterone. In people genetically sensitive to it, DHT slowly shrinks hair follicles on the scalp until they stop producing visible hair. And here's the twist. That sensitivity is genetic. It's been mapped to a gene on the X chromosome, meaning it's inherited primarily through your mother's side. Which means this isn't some new mutation from modern life. This gene is old. Scientists studying ancient DNA have found the same baldness-linked variants show up in populations going back tens of thousands of years. So somewhere in some cave around some fire, there was almost certainly a bald caveman. But here's where it gets stranger. Look at our closest relatives. Chimpanzees, gorillas, even Neanderthals, as far as we can tell from skeletal and genetic evidence. They don't go bald the way we do. Why? One idea researchers point to, humans are the only primates that lost most of our body hair in the first place, sometime around 1 to 2 million years ago, likely to help us sweat and cool down while hunting in the African heat. Once we became the naked ape, head hair may have taken on a completely different role. Not just protection from the sun, but a signal, health, age, genetic fitness. And once hair becomes a signal, losing it starts to mean something. This is where scientists start disagreeing. Some researchers propose that baldness might have been linked to aging and social status. In some ancient and tribal societies, older bald men were seen as elders, wiser, higher ranking, not weaker, respected. Other scientists push back on this. They argue baldness may simply be a side effect of hormones tied to other traits evolution actually favored, like strength, dominance, or reproductive drive. Baldness just came along for the ride. Nobody has proven which idea is right. This is still being investigated. But here's a fact that isn't up for debate. Going bald in the ancient world was a completely different experience than going bald today. No sunscreen.
No hats designed for scalp protection. Just direct sun for hours every single day. So would a bald ancient human have struggled to survive? Possibly. Increased UV exposure on an unprotected scalp does raise the risk of sunburn and skin damage over time. But here's the part that surprises people. Life expectancy in most ancient human populations was brutally short. Studies estimate the average lifespan often fell somewhere between 25 and 40 years, heavily pulled down by childhood mortality and injury. Which means many ancient humans may never have lived long enough to experience noticeable baldness at all. Male pattern baldness typically progresses with age. If you're not surviving into your 40s and 50s in large numbers, the trait barely gets a chance to show up. So baldness may not have been common, not because evolution eliminated it, but because most people simply never lived to see it happen. That changes the whole picture, doesn't it? Baldness wasn't erased by evolution. It was hidden by time. And only now, in a world where humans regularly live into their 70s, 80s, and beyond, are we finally seeing what our ancient genetics were quietly capable of all along. Which raises an uncomfortable thought. How many other modern problems aren't modern at all? How many traits have been sitting inside our DNA for tens of thousands of years, just waiting for us to live long enough to see them? Baldness was one. It probably won't be the last.